So today's something just a little bit different. Rather than me going out there in the wild, thrifting, hunting for records, flipping records in record crates through bins, all that sort of thing. I have two big boxes of records in the living room, and there's more records than that in the living room as well, in cabinets and such. But I love these records. It started with a small box about 20 years ago, about 75 records, and I call it my 80s box. And by any stretch, it's not all of my 80s titles at all. I mean, here, all over the place. But I do love these records, so let's see what you think. And it's put together by bands/artists. All right. All right, here we go. And here's the Long Riders. And now some of these are, a little bit late 70s into the 80s, but everything is pretty much 1980s. Sid Griffin and the Long Riders, just excellent music. And Nina, 99 Left Balloons. And most of these I did get thrifting, although this one I picked up in Bangkok off of King Rama 9 Road, Japanese press. And this is a really nice Nina album. Actually, these are very new. These are from New West Records. Bought these online. The great Athens, Georgia band, post-punk. Pylon, Gyrate. That's their debut. And then Pylon, Chomp. Great records. I used to have these on cassette. So many great Athens, Georgia bands. REM. And speaking of another one, Guadalcanal Diary. And you know what? I picked these up in Bangkok as well. Well, that title, this one, over at Bill's Garage. Okay, so we'll get into it. I'm going to pull some of these out for proper flippage. So first up, Naked Eyes. Picked that up thrifting for 89 cents. Flash in the pan. Icicle Works. This is from Bangkok last year. And I'm going again. I'm going to do some more filming and record shopping in Bangkok to some different stores. So just the really nice obi on that. Oh, and this obi was stuffed inside the jacket. I didn't think there was one, but there was. Julian Cope. Yeah. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Here we go, the Vapors. Nuclear Days. Cool. I got this at Originals Vinyl way up on Fillmore near Hayes in San Francisco. One of my favorite record shops, Propaganda. This was at Reno Coffee, Graham's Concession. And yeah, he's picking over at Bill's with me lately too. Good guy. I don't mind at all. I kind of like the company. Look at this, Echo and the Bunnymen. This is just great. And this is a maxi single. And I picked this up from Bill's Garage. This is a good album. There's some really nice tracks on here. Charlie. I don't have that much Duran Duran on vinyl. So here's one, and then I have two 12-inch singles. Planet Earth is one, and the next one I picked up at Bill's just very, very recently. Man, I love Berlin, I really do. Great, great band. And Pleasure Victim, the better of the two, I feel. I'll have to give them a listen. And the genius of Thomas Dolby. This is the Flat Earth. And man, this 5-song EP is so cool. Blinded Me by Science. Science. Golden Age of Wireless. This is an outstanding album. And Romeo Void. Man, what a band. Okay, now there's room to dig in the box. Yeah, so I love me some Simple Minds. Great Scottish band, absolutely. Sparkle in the Rain, probably my favorite, possibly my favorite of the band. And Greg Kihn, oh yeah. 2 copies, one is sealed with the naked eye. Next of Kin. Great cover. And Culture Club. One is sealed. And let's see here, another copy. And color by numbers. Okay, now I have room to show off the records in a proper way. Wonderful Athens, Georgia band, of course, B-52s. This is a new acquisition, party mix. Mesopotamia, picked this up from Bill's Garage. But what haven't I picked up from Bill's, right? And that's a gold stamp promo. And very recently picked up Love Shack, Get Up and Dance, and Wild Planet, B-52s. Now, Garland Jeffries. I have a few titles. Now, he's late 70s, really, into the about 1980. Great writer, performer, good albums. Ghost Rider. We have With the Hype, with the Killer Hype. He does that, oh man, that live version of Question Mark the Mysterians, 96 Tears. That's Rock and Roll Adult, and this is One Eye Jack, and he does a really killer cover of No Woman, No Cry. And another title by Garland Jeffries, this is Escape Artist, and it's the nice price. Now we have the Romantics. Romantics in Heat. And here we get into my cars. Elliot Easton, Rick Ocasek, Candia with the Vargas cover, right? God, I wore out a couple of these titles on cassette in the early 80s in my Subaru up at Lake Tahoe through the big winter of 82, 83, massive snow, drove everywhere. What is this, Heartbeat City? And this car's greatest hits just plays wonderfully, really, really nice. And Wang Chung Tonight. And this one is Dance Hall Days and Don't Let Go. Now we're getting good here. Love the Police, absolutely love the Police. Where do we go? All right, back to it. And Regatta de Blanc, I'd say this is, I think that's about my favorite Police album and the debut. Well, wait, how about all of them? The Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed. So cool. And you know, I had never had Vacation until recently, so it's nice to add that. And then Dwight Twilly Don't Mind. What a great band. Rock and roll. Long live rock and roll. And here he's on Jungle. And I remember I picked that up at Recycled Records about more than 20 years ago. Tommy Two-Tone. And the Thompson Twins. Sidekicks. Oh, and more Police records. I better put those together. 2 copies of Ghost in the Machine. Oh, 3 copies, hello. Zenyatta Mandata. Atlantis D'Amour. And this Greatest Hits, this comp is just so good. And I don't have the rare cover for Synchronicity, but 2 very clean copies. And love that. And Sting Solo. Let's see what else we have. I have these split up a little bit. Zenyatta Mandata over here. Very, very nice. And now, TP. Wore this one out on cassette big time in the early 80s. And I have 2 copies. This one, no, it's not sealed. They're both minty. I really love Southern accents. I really, really do. 2 copies. And this live album is just so good. Really, they do needles and pins on there. And this one, wore this out on cassette. You're gonna get it. Awesome. This one's my OG, that one right there, I know that. And the debut. Yep. Damn the Torpedoes. And Chris Moon, this is the fella, St. Paul, Minneapolis, that pretty much really helped Prince along in the early days. Helped him record and helped him to, evidently Prince was a bit shy, and Chris helped him sing out, to belt it out. He was not really projecting very well, and Chris helped Prince do that, actually. And this is, I picked this up thrifting in Orange County. You don't see this very much. And yeah, anyway, so my Prince records, 1999, Purple Rain, and I have actually, I think I even have a 3rd copy of this Prince record, another Purple Rain, and I really like this 12-inch single, Raspberry Beret, a lot. And this is a new acquisition for sure. Let's Go Crazy. Now, Sheila E.'s from Oakland, California. And she's the Escovedo family, all musicians in her family. That's a really good 12-inch, and as this is this one as well. And there we go. I actually have a 2nd copy of this Swam, Make It Big. Picked that one up for 60 cents. And Asia, the great John Wetton, Carl Palmer, Steve Howe, Jeffrey Downs. Yeah, I really like these records and these boxes. I think, I'll just show you the one. This has taken a little while. All my Nick Lowe, here we go. And this is The Rose of England. And this should be Cowboy Outfit. This is a good Nick Lowe. As is this one as well. Nice. And right, Seconds of Pleasure. Too bad they didn't do a second Rockpile album, or if I'm mistaken, I really don't think they did. And man, this is just so cool. Pure Pop for Now People. Labor of Lust, another great one. And now we're into some Graham Parker and the Rumors. Live Alone in America. And this is another gray area. And this is the Rumors after Graham. Squeezing out the sparks. 2 copies. Heat Treatment. There we go. And lastly, Human Soul. And I'll just stop here. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I really do love these records. And if you like this, I'll dive into the 2nd box in a later video.